Good morning, children. Jai Hind.
Good morning, children. Today we will do lesson number 17, The Silver Tray. So take out my English reader book, page number 67. Write down the date and the day at the top of the page. Let's read new words. First word is village. Village is a place smaller than town where you see green fields, well, and sometimes now kacha houses. Okay, now the second word is woman. Woman is a plural of woman, a female. Next is enough. Enough means as much or as many as you want. Next is forward. Forward means ahead or in front of you. Next is visitors. Visitors, they are persons who come to your house to spend some time, like your guests. Next is carefully. Carefully means attentively and cautiously doing something to avoid mistakes. Next is surprise. Surprise means something that happens suddenly, which you don't expect and it happens. Next is replied. Replied means to answer somebody. Next word is trouble. Trouble means problem or a difficulty that makes you worried. Next, last word is through. Through means from the beginning to the end of something. Okay, now let's read the lesson. There was a small girl. Her name was Geeta. She lived in a village with her mother. They were very poor. Sometimes they did not even have food to eat. On such days, they had to sleep hungry. One day, there was no food in the house. Now, children, as you can see in the picture, there is a small girl lying on the floor. Her name is Geeta, and her mother is also sitting besides her. And you can see that there is no food in the house. They are very poor. See, they are wearing old torn clothes also. Now let's see what happens. Geeta went into the forest to look for some wild fruits. On the way, she saw a very old woman. The old woman was trying to lift a very heavy bag. Geeta was a kind girl. She went forward and helped the woman. The old woman thanked her. Then the old woman looked carefully at her. She asked, "My child, why do you look so sad?" "Because my mother and I have not eaten anything for the last 2 days. I came here to look for some fruits," replied Geeta. "And did you find anything?" asked the old woman. "No," replied Geeta sadly. The old woman put her hand into her bag. She took out a silver tray. She gave the tray to Geeta, saying, "You are a kind girl. You will never go hungry again. This is a magic tray. Whenever you want food, just say, 'Cook, silver tray, cook,' and you will have all types of food." So children, in the picture you can see Geeta, she goes to the jungle to get some fruits to eat. You know they are very poor and they are hungry also. And there she sees an old woman standing beside the tree. And she's trying to lift a heavy bag. But she's not able to lift the bag. So Geeta sees her and she goes forward to help her. And Geeta, when she helps the old lady is happy. And she says, "Geeta, you are a kind girl." And then the old lady helps Geeta by giving her a magic tray. It's a silver magic tray. And if Geeta will speak the words, "Cook, silver tray, cook," the tray will give her food. Okay, now next page. When you want it to stop, say, "Stop, silver tray, stop." The little girl was very happy. She thanked the old woman and ran home. The silver tray worked well. Now Geeta and her mother never went hungry. Whenever they wanted food, Geeta said, "Cook, silver tray, cook." And when there was enough food for two, Geeta said, "Stop, silver tray, stop." One day, Geeta had gone to her friend's house. Some visitors came to call on her mother. The mother showed them how the magic tray worked. All kinds of food came on the tray. The visitors looked on in surprise. But now the trouble began. Mother did not remember the right words to stop the tray. "Stop, stop! No more silver tray," she ordered. "Please stop, silver tray," she cried. But the tray kept cooking and cooking more food. Now children, in the picture you can see Geeta is happy to get the silver tray because the tray gave them enough food to eat. Whatever they wanted to eat, they just said, "Cook, silver tray, cook," and the dish was ready. Now one day, Geeta went to her friend's house. Like you also go to play, so Geeta also went to her friend's house. And some visitors came to their house. Now mother wanted to show that silver tray, the magic tray, to the visitors. And so she ordered the silver tray to cook some food. And she said, "Cook, silver tray, cook." So there was food in the tray. But the trouble began. Now she was worried. She faced a problem. Mother did not remember the right words how to stop the tray from giving food. She kept on saying all the wrong words. "Stop, silver tray, please stop, silver tray." But the tray kept on cooking and cooking more food. Now let's see what happens next. The food fell from the table to the ground. It went out of the road. All the people came out of their houses to see the river of food. Geeta also heard the shouts and cries. She came out of her friend's house. She swam through the river of food. As soon as she came near her home, the river of food stopped flowing from the tray. Can you guess why? Okay, yes. Now see, in the first picture, when the mother, she could not remember the right words to stop the magic tray from giving the food kept on and on. The tray kept on cooking the food, and the food from the table fell on the ground, and from the ground it went out on the road, and people, they were looking at the food in surprise. When Geeta heard the shouts and cries outside the house, she quickly came out of her friend's house. And there she saw the river of food, and she quickly realized that there is something wrong. She swam in the river of food and quickly said the right words. You remember the right words? Yes. What are the right words? Stop, silver tray, stop. She said these words, and then the tray stopped cooking food. So children, did you understand the story? So what did you learn from the lesson?
Okay, children. Now tell me, what have you learnt from the lesson? Wear your thinking caps. Think. Okay. Now I will tell you the moral of the story. We should be kind and humble to everyone. Geeta was poor and hungry. Still, she helped the old lady to lift up her heavy bag, and in return, old lady gave her the magic tray. So children, help others and be kind, and God will help you. Do good and have good. Yes, there is another moral, that we should listen to everyone carefully and cautiously, or we will get into trouble and make mistakes. So be a good listener. And we should not boast of our things, and be kind and modest. In the story, Mother, she became boastful and wanted to show off her magic tray to the visitors. But what happened? We all know. She got into trouble because she forgot the correct words to stop the tray from cooking. Okay, so always be a good listener, be kind, and be modest. Thank you.